You got a lot of people talking about using technology to cut costs or technology to minimize labor impacts. We have a totally opposite view. We try to use technology to understand our guests better and to serve them better and our team members.
At the 28th ICR conference in Orlando in Florida, the focus is on innovation and growth. Here to share more is Alex Macedo. He is the co-founder and CEO of Authentic Restaurant Brands, or ARB. Alex, welcome.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
So what is Authentic Restaurant Brands?
It's a platform in which we thrive to acquire the strongest regional restaurant concepts in the United States. And then we deploy superior technology and data analytics to grow these concepts even further.
So what are some of the restaurants that you've acquired?
So we're up to 5 brands now. We have Pollo Tropical that operates in the state of Florida. We have Mambo Seafood, that's a Mexican-style seafood chain from Houston. We have PJ Wellham's, which is a family sports bar from Philadelphia. We have our oldest restaurant, Permani Brothers, over 90 years old, that operates in Pittsburgh and Western Pennsylvania. And our last acquisition, which we closed on last year right here at ICR, is Tavern in the Square, operates in New England, and it's casual plus dining concept that's very contemporary and entertaining, and it's been an amazing year with Tavern in the Square joining us in the portfolio. So we have 5 brands, about $1 billion in sales, and growing very fast.
What do you look for in a restaurant brand before you acquire it? Is there a common feature or characteristic?
Well, there's 3 musts, and then there's a like to have. So the musts are, first of all, it has to be high volume relative to its peer set. It has to be high margins relative to the peer set. In the restaurant space, we look for 20 plus restaurant margins. And then third, most important, it has to be a brand that's loved by the communities where it serves. So we have our own brand proprietary research that we do, but these are brands that people swear by, and they have a big role in their communities. So it's got to be a love brand. We say if people are willing to tattoo the brand logo to their arms, it's an R brand. And then what we really like is when these brands are extremely well managed, but done so in a non-sophisticated way, because that's where we can add the most value by bringing in, analytics, technology, and financial acumen. So it's a mix of both.
And speaking of that, what support do you offer brands once you acquire them?
So we first of all, we try to leave these brands very independent from each other because the management teams are fantastic. That's why we buy them. There's no turnaround stories. We try to keep everyone in the management team. We usually add people, we add resources, and we share best practices from the industry to turbocharge growth. So my team at the holding company level, we call ourselves almost a travel agency, in which our role is to get what happens all around the industry that works well and try to influence, our CEOs that are on the ground to implement those strategies and test those strategies to improve their performance.
How did you get into this line of work, and what excites you about it?
Well, I got into this line of work when I joined Burger King in 2011. I was the president of Burger King from 2011 to 2018. I was also the global president for Tim Hortons for a couple of years, and they say once you get into restaurants, you can't really get out, and I've learned to love it. Not an easy space to work in, but it's what I've done for 15 years, and I can't see myself doing anything different.
How have you taken the learnings from Burger King and Tim Hortons and your experience there and applied them to ARB?
I think the most important thing running a restaurant concept, at first you have to stay true to what the brand is. You can't try to be someone else because you don't have that chance. And second, you have to make sure you keep things simple, because executing restaurants on a day-to-day is extremely difficult. So if you start throwing a bunch of ideas out at the operators, at the menu, and everything at your service, you're probably going to hurt more than help. So what we try to do is really keep things as simple as possible and make sure you're sticking to the core of the brand. You're not trying to do something that you shouldn't be doing or trying to be someone else, because you're just going to lose touch with your consumers.
What do you think makes a great restaurant experience? And then you also mentioned casual plus dining. Can you break that down for us?
Absolutely. Yeah, we call casual plus or polished casual, which is a step above your traditional casual dining, but it's not fine dining. So it's not like a white tablecloth or anything like that. But you dress up to go. You make sure you're looking good when you're going there. You're expecting everyone to be kind of in the same vibe. What makes a great experience is really delivering on the expectations. It's the basics, right? So you have to deliver on, the service, the speed of the service that you expect from that restaurant. If it's QSR, you're expecting 3 minutes. If it's casual dining, you have a different expectation, but it can't take more than you expect. Clean environment, friendly service, and the right price. It's just the basics. And if you can deliver hot food at the same time and cold drinks, that goes a long way. But it's the basics. Again, if you try to invent too much, you're going to frustrate the guests on the basics, and that's when things, get off rail.
What are some of the themes you've seen at ICR that pertain to your business?
There's a lot being talked about in the technology space, of course, and also in value. And we're obsessed about technology at Authentic Restaurant Brands, but you got a lot of people talking about using technology to cut costs or technology to minimize labor impacts. We have a totally opposite view. We try to use technology to understand our guests better and to serve them better and our team members. So our focus is always on providing a better experience at the lowest cost possible and with the best quality of life for our team members. We've learned that is a positive cycle, and we stay away from using technology to substitute the service angle of the service business that we're in.
Are you using AI to help automate these processes in restaurants and support the staff?
We are using AI, yes, not to automate processes, but to better understand our menu and the variations of our menu and the different combinations and SKUs that go behind, delivering on that menu. We are also using AI to find our next locations, what are the best sites for us to build our next locations. But we are not using AI to reduce labor or to change. We're using AI to make the experience of our guests better and to make our team members be able to produce better and in a friendlier environment for them.
Right. And what will growth look like for ARB in 2026, and how do you expect to deliver that?
We just finished our first year with Tavern in the Square under our belt. It was absolutely above everything we planned. We're ready for the next acquisition. But I think more than buying brands or driving sales or opening new units, we need to make sure that we make these brands and preserve them as loved as they were when we first bought them, right? On average, our brands have been operating for 40 years. So it's a big responsibility. We take it very seriously, but we do hope to add new brands into the portfolio and continue to drive, positive traffic like we have for the last few years.
All right, Alex Macedo, co-founder and CEO of ARB. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.